Hi, my name is Luke Clancy, and welcome to the Cedar Log. On this week's episode of the Cedar Log, we have audio of Dr. Goodman from 1977. Unlike previous episodes where it was a speech at NOAC or at some event, this is actually more of a blooper reel than a whole cohesive speech. So feel free to listen and enjoy. There's some good flubs in there. Thank you. Have a great day.
As you may know, it has been my desire while serving as director of the camp at Treasure Island to develop a camp honor that requires a scout spirit and devotion to the scout oath and law. That's one.
All right, sir, go ahead on the next one then.
That first year, 25 members were inducted at the camp in the Brotherhood. Did you know that in those days members wore a black sash with a white arrow instead of the red arrow on white like it is today? Oh, it didn't take long for other camps to hear about our organization and begin asking questions. I talked at most of them personally, and by 1917, lodges were established in New Jersey, Maryland, New York, and Illinois. During the First World War, the order grew slowly, of course. But in 1921, we held our first national convention in Philadelphia. It was held in October, I believe. There were 4 delegates from each lodge present to adopt a constitution and policies for a national honor campers brotherhood. We held the conventions of the National Lodge annually from 1921 to 1927, and then began holding them in 2-year intervals as they are held now. Our National Lodge was dissolved and supervision came from the BSA. The executive committee of the old National Lodge became the National Committee of the Order of the Arrow. A national staff member was employed as National Executive Secretary.
Okay, then you continue in here. You continue this.
The mark and in 1954 marked the first national conference for which we developed a theme. The Order of the Arrow strengthens the unit and the council camping programs. That was held at the University of Wyoming. Oh yes. Brothers in Service, Leaders in Camping was selected as our theme in 1958 in Kansas. The 1965, the Order celebrated its 50th birthday in a special gathering at Treasure Island and at Indiana University under the banner, Mindful of Our High Tradition.
Okay, that's all on the page, the last line.
And that, my brothers, brings us right up to today, the 62nd National Anniversary Conference. And of course, I don't need to remind you of the great theme we have chosen, a thing of the Spirit.
Okay. Anytime you're ready, Jim.
Well, it was Bill who came up with an ancient legend, long forgotten by most men and nearly lost in time. Ernest and I realized that the legend, paired with the ideals of the Scout Oath and Law, would have a dramatic impact on all who heard it. Young Uncas, you recall, really had, as the legend explains, the spirit and the concern for serving others. He was a perfect example of what our little camping honor was all about. Oh sure, as I recall, the first real meeting was in November 1915. George Chapman served as chairman of the committee that really founded the order formally. Then in May 1948, 29 years ago, the executive board of the Boy Scouts officially integrated the Order of the Arrow into the Boy Scout movement, and things became pretty much the same as they are today. Back at Indiana University, our theme was weld tightly every link.
Here we go.
The watchwords for our 1971 gathering of the Klan were aim high, serve all. That was at the University of Illinois.
I believe that's all, sir.
Yep, that's right.
it. Okay, sir.
So it is that service enriches our lives, as it should be with your lodge program.
Okay. All right, sir. Anytime you're ready.
Mm-hmm. I'm just going to look a movie.
Fine.
Oh, yes. All right. Ask not what the order can do for you, but what you can do for the order. We are only limited by our own inability to come together in brotherhood. So therefore, the Order of the Arrow is a thing of the Spirit.
Very good.
Thank you again for listening to this week's episode of the Cedar Log. If you have any comments about this episode, please feel free to reach out to us on our social media. You can feel free to email us at history@unamilodge.org. And feel free to stop by the Unami Lodge website so you can pick up new swag and see future events for the 2022 year. Thank you. Have a good day.